Hi friends, and welcome back to another episode of This Is For The Soul podcast, and I'm your lovely host, Brianna Sade. If you are new here, this is the space where we dive into girl talk, mental health, spirituality, personal development, you name it, I'm gonna talk about it. So in my last episode, I talked about wanting to be more present because that's one of my main goals for this year, and I realized that I want to accomplish these goals without the unnecessary distractions. And more importantly, I do want to learn how to slow down and be more in the moment. As a ADHDer, my mind is all over the place sometimes, and there are moments in life where I don't want to miss out on, or there's little small things that sometimes tend to just irritate me because I just want to get it done. But in actuality, it's like, when am I ever going to experience that thing again? When is something like this going to happen again? It's like I took it for granted because I wanted to get it done, or I wanted the moment to just pass me by so I can move on to the next thing. So it's just, I want to live more in the moment. If I'm being real, it's like I don't want to rush through life anymore. Growing up, I've always had a tendency to rush through my homework, my chores, conversations, wanting to be the first, the fastest, the coolest, and putting in enough effort to get it done, but not necessarily paying attention to details. So I've been this way since I was a kid. My mom's always said, slow down, because when you rush, you either make mistakes and have to redo things, you end up missing out on the beauty of the moment, or you just feel like you're just constantly chasing something without ever being satisfied. And that also bleeds into relationships. When you are looking for someone and you're on a high, it's like once you get that person and you realize that, okay, I got this person on board, ready to move on, that's kind of what it gives. That's why I want to talk about what it really means to be present, and how slowing down, even in the smallest ways, can make a huge difference in how we experience life. You know how sometimes you can be physically in the moment, but your mind is also somewhere else? That's me all the time. But I'll be doing the dishes, and instead of just focusing on doing the dishes, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna do my hair tomorrow, or what I'm gonna eat for lunch later. There's a million and one things that are processing in my mind, even when I'm trying to go to sleep. And I seen this TikTok where this guy, he was like, if you can just go straight to sleep, I don't trust you. Because he was like, I'm the type of person that will go to sleep, or try to go to sleep, but there's scenarios in my head, or I'm just creating things in my mind in order for me to drift off into sleeping. And I found it very interesting. A lot of people go through that. Going to sleep is kind of hard if I'm not thinking about something that will help me go to sleep, or just creating something in my mind, because my mind never stops going. It's like our brains are always on autopilot, thinking ahead, instead of just being right here, right now, in this moment. And there are people who can do that. And if you can, kudos to you. If you can just automatically click on, kudos to you. But because so many people aren't like this, we take moments for granted, even the simplest moments. But here's the thing: when we find something that we're passionate about, or when we take our time, the smallest tasks, it can become more enjoyable, it can become more meaningful, because you were fully and actively engaged in that activity. Once you become more engaged in things, and you become more engaged in life, it can be really healing. You'll make memories, not only with other people, but memories with yourself. You'll be able to enjoy life and see things a bit more playful and light, as opposed to so serious and hard. And so how do we actually start practicing presence? So here are two things that have helped me. One thing that I've seen a lot of people do, and I've done it a few times, is you just engage your five senses. And however that may look for you, when you are doing something, just really be there, really be present. If you're eating something, you can notice the flavors, you can notice the textures, the sensations. If you're outside, you can just feel the breeze, feel the wind. And if you're washing your hands, you can feel the warmth of the water. And even if you're like having an anxious moment or an anxiety attack, one way to like kind of bring yourself back into the moment, I believe it's called the 333 method, but it's like this method where you find three things that you can see, you find three things that you can touch, you find three things that you can feel, and if you are in an environment where you can taste, three things you can taste. Like, just do those things to kind of like ground your energy and bring yourself back into the moment, and it's really helpful. Another thing is doing things in silence. So somebody like me that has an overactive brain, or if you're neurodivergent, instead of doing tasks with the TV on or music or just something in the background to like distract yourself from your thoughts, sometimes the best way to lock in is when you have nothing at all and you just let your thoughts play. And it's kind of scary for some people because some people don't like to be with their own thoughts. But when you just allow your mind to be, or allow your mind to roam, a lot of the time that's really just the universe or spirit or your mind trying to process downloads that are trying to come to you. If you're doing a task silently, it one allows you to lock in, but two, it allows you to process, debrief, do whatever you need to do without all of the extra noise. And sometimes it can be beneficial if you are very spiritual and intuitive, because the downloads can come into you clearly. A lot of people get downloads when they're doing the most random things because they're locked in. Doing things silently, if you are one that's okay with no noise, and you can do, if you are one that's okay with no noise or no distraction, I'm telling you, it works. Even sleeping silently, I've been called a psychopath because I don't like to sleep with the TV. I like to sleep in complete darkness. And yes, because I said my mind is my entertainment. I don't need to hear anything or anything like that. It is very peaceful at the end of the day, so I just recommend trying it if you are someone that is like me. It allows you to fully immerse yourself into an experience. So at the end of the day, being present means fully showing up, and it means slowing down, taking your time, putting more effort into it, even if it means like doing a little bit at a time, taking a break, coming back to it, like putting effort in and actually making progress instead of just trying to get it all done at once. Like, the one and done method is how you risk coming upon mistakes and not rushing through life just to get to the next thing, right? So this week, I challenge you to pick one moment each day to be fully present in, whether it be while you're eating, taking a shower, driving, walking outside, reading, just taking a breath and really being there, really experiencing the moment, even if it's with other people. Like, put your phone away. Actually engage with those people around you and see how much peace it will bring you. And make sure you guys follow me on TikTok, as I will be sharing more content on presence, self-care, and personal growth. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my Substack newsletter, where I'll be diving deeper into these topics, as I also will be dropping one episode every week. As always, I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love, the support, and I thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, take care of yourself, be present, and flow with life. Bye. Mwah.